Every one of you watching this screen, look out.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
What did I tell you about cartoons?
They've got a lot of brains, and they've got a lot of chutzpah.
Tell me how comic books make you feel, Dave.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hi, this is Frantz, Kantor, cartoonist, illustrator. I'm here with
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum.
And you're watching
ToonTalk.
Exactly, yes.
And this is interesting because today we're going to do our first 3D book.
Yeah,
our
3D
pop-up
pop-up
book. And of course, Frantz is a bloody world expert on 3Ds. I think he's done the biggest 3D exhibition of his personal work ever, especially in this country. I don't know about the rest of the world.
Well, this is a different sort
and
of 3D.
And he also likes Jack Kirby, like I do.
Yeah. So this is a pop-up book. It looks like a comic book, but it opens up a whole new world of experience. Yeah. So this is published by Templar. So
True Believers Retro Character Collection.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why this is not really for kids. I think this is more for collectors because this is they've put things in here, to make it give you a comic book experience. But when you open up the cover, this is what happens. So, wow, look at that. 3D experience. So they use a lot of different materials as metallics and things. The overlay of these elements is very well designed.
Yeah. This book would be, I don't know how old it would be, about 20 years old now, wouldn't it? They use mostly Jack Kirby stuff and not the latest stuff.
Yeah, well, he's best known for this. That's why I think it's also for collectors as well.
Yeah.
So there's the origin story that they've put into the into the pop-up book.
And the early way he was drawn. And,
you can see how the thing was done.
And Reed Richards very rubbery.
Yeah, that's more like Plastic Man, isn't it? Those sort of
that's right.
Exaggerations. And look at Johnny Storm.
He
has no features.
Yeah, Johnny Storm looks like.
And even the
earlier version of
the Torch.
The Torch, yeah.
And there's Sue Storm, his sister, the invisible woman,
and there's a
Invisible Girl,
secret Masonic pact happening over here. Over here, yeah.
Whereas there it is.
Secret
one for all and all for one.
Yeah.
It's the Three Musketeer trope. Where they cross swords.
Yeah, the origin. It's the origin.
Yeah, this is really interesting. So his hardware design, Jack Kirby, became really, really stylized.
Yeah.
He really improved in this comic. We'll talk more about the way that it developed later on.
And you can see that he's come into his own with the drawing of Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, so no more zany use of
this early use.
Power.
See this early use here as opposed to this.
Yeah.
He really sort of refined it.
That's like Plastic Man.
Yeah, he really refined it. Even his face is warped, but he really refined it.
Yeah.
And there's Doc Doom giving him hell.
Yeah.
So that's just a beautiful, powerful blast he's given him.
You want to talk about the onomatopoeic words, the clop and twang? So he used words, he made up his own words, his own language with Stan Lee to create something exciting, and different to bang and...
Tlop. And these are nice too, these little sort of...
Yeah, these are lovely features. Look at that. Good use of metallics, not overdone.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and here's Doc Doom.
This is a beautiful parallax effect.
Fact file. Doc Doom is Victor Von Doom.
Yeah.
And he was 6'2".
Yeah.
And he weighed 225 pounds. And he had brown eyes. I didn't know he had eyes.
225 pounds. And in this corner we have... Yeah, it's a little wrestling...
famous foes, the puppet master.
Facts. So he was a really good villain. I'd never liked Galactus. I'm not a big fan of the Silver Surfer either. But what did you say about Silver Surfer?
Big isn't better.
No, he's just boring.
Well,
he just comes on.
You said that Galactus is Shakespearean.
Yeah,
he just comes in and postulates.
Well, yeah, he's like
But he's so big he doesn't have to fight.
Well, this guy is supposed to be based on Hamlet.
Yeah,
so this guy would be based on Hamlet's father.
According to Stan the Man. Yeah, but...
This guy here, this is the Mad Thinker. That's not Mole Man. We'll get into Mole Man. Spoiler alert.
Okay,
Watch
spoiler
this.
alert.
There's a Puppet Master.
I mean, you prefer the Mole Man over Galacticus.
I don't like Galacticus. I love the design of it, but the story, no.
Okay.
I can do without that. So here we
Kirby got pretty
These are
cosmic with Galactus.
Yeah, look, there's a good selection of foes here, and explaining all their separate powers. So the Invisible Woman, she's printed on plastic, clear plastic,
and beautiful use of the papers. They're all
incredibly designed book.
Yeah.
This is a really.
I think that the people who designed this book just had a ball because of Kirby's 3D effects. Anyway. Yeah. I would have done something like this. Looks. Splaying, all the glass going everywhere.
Yeah, look at that. More onomatopoeic splaying.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
Susan Storm Richards was only 5'6". Oh my God, poor thing. Okay. All these facts. Oh, now we've got the All Bloke. You like him, don't you?
Yeah, so here's some fun facts about the Mole Man. Let's have a look at this here.
What's his real name?
His real name is Harvey Rupert. So how do you go, this poor guy, no wonder he was so angry, he had 2 first names.
Did he?
Yeah, and none of them very cool. Imagine being called Rupert. Hey, Mr. Rupert!
He looks like Igor.
Mole Man to you!
He looks like Igor, see?
Yeah, so he had these sort of features that he played with, but this was, as I said, an earlier version.
And great glasses there. He's a early punk.
Yeah, well, they used those in the punk era, didn't they?
And this is fantastic stuff. More fantastic stuff. Because
now look at the hardware. So no more of those 50s design rockets. Look what he used to do with the hardware. This is the hovercrafts from the Fantastic Four.
Well, I mean, that's pretty simple compared to what he ended up doing.
Yeah, with the all the machinery that he used to do and the effects that he did with his pen. Yeah. His mighty pen. It's incredible. Here's a cutaway of the building. This was in the comic.
The Baxter building, and of course it's got their own rocket down the side, you know.
This is a touch of Thunderbirds, I would say here.
The kids would love all this, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Love reading all this stuff.
It became this was one of the most popular comics, rivaling Spider-Man and Captain America.
Well, it started the ball rolling, didn't it, really?
Yeah. And this is, here's a perfect example of why this is so outstanding. This is a great pop-up, but this is typical of Kirby's panels. Like he'd have things flying out at the reader, you know, and this is why the comics jumped off the shelves. Yeah. So look how beautifully he designed the musculature and the tiling.
Clobbering time
of Ben Grimm's.
And look at that fist and that power. I mean, he's cut away all this. It's almost like it's just pure, so much energy, it's just gone white.
Yeah, well, don't let anatomy stand in the way of action.
And his name was Benjamin Jacob Grimm. And of course, Jack Kirby identified heavily with this character.
With him, yeah, because he was a war hero.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Jack was in the war, but...
Well, I think there's a lot of pent-up aggression in Jack to be able to draw this way.
Oh, energy. I don't know, aggression.
Well, hang on, you've got to put his hand back in.
Yeah, put his hand back in.
Okay, Submariner.
So, Submariner. This one's not done by Kirby.
No, it might have been inked by. Yeah. I don't think it's Kirby either.
Yeah, but have a look at the Submariner. Is there any fun facts of the Submariner? Did Rowdy Mob?
Fact file.
Oh, there's a fact file of the Submariner.
And his name is Namor Mackenzie.
Hang on, pull out.
Huck on a hook. He's Scottish laddie.
This guy,
an underwater Scottish hero.
Yeah. So
under the sea.
Interesting backstory, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's got an interesting backstory.
And what's this imposters?
I love the blue.
Oh, the scrolls! Look at it. The scrolls.
Yeah.
The scrolls were great characters because they could turn into anything, and therefore, you know, shape changes. You know.
Yeah.
And this is a nice little thing there.
Yeah, not a fan of them.
And what do we got here? We've got the Human Torch. Yeah.
So each of the characters show their powers, and the important villains, show their powers as well.
Floats
so
up
this
here.
is a really. We're going to the screen. This is a.
Not the only one that shows his powers.
And the Human Torch, of course, has a bark. You
Yes.
can hear the bark. And look at this. This is
Behave yourself. Oi.
fantastic how they did this complex fold for this pop out.
It's not bent, is it? It's just very complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his name's Johnny Storm, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's just lifted from the torch. Oh, Jonathan Lowell.
Yeah.
Lowell, as in, okay.
So,
Got to get the facts right. Yeah,
There-
so do you want to just get into that fold?
there
a
was
bit?
an
Oh, look at
original
that, look at
Human
that.
Torch, and he became the Human Torch, and there was a crossover or a story where he meets the original Torch as well.
Yes.
So you'll have to find that out for yourself.
Yes. There we are.
And there we go. This is it. So, retro character collection. What's this?
True Believers.
This what they're
Templar.
selling more stuff. Anyway, this is it. The Fantastic Four
Yes.
pop-up book.
You'll probably, if you're lucky, you'll probably get it on Amazon.
You might be able to get this on Amazon. I would certainly do a search.
It's in very good nick for its age. I
yeah.
just picked it up recently, and I think you're right. I think because the folds aren't torn.
Yeah.
I think
for collectors.
I think it belonged to a collector, not a child.
Yeah. So you can have
Yeah.
a childhood dream experience of opening this up and remembering all the wonderful characters that
King Kirby.
Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were responsible for. And
Well, one
have
was
a nice
irresponsible.
time. Yeah. So this is Frantz Kantor, and
Jim Bridges.
we'll catch you next time round.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin.